vacation and took a break, you know, kids and family and stuff. But what I'm here for is to let you guys know that I am starting a series. It's a Get Ready With Me series. But each product that I use, I'm going to explain what it is, why I'm using it, and so forth. So I think it's 7 or 8 videos. I'm not quite sure. But it'll just go over my primer, my foundations, my concealer, sponges, lip colors, eye colors, all that great stuff. So the first video we're going to do right now is the primer. It's the Smashbox Primer. I hope you're gonna like it. Stay tuned and I'll show you how I use it, why I use it, and why you should use it. Stick around, I'll be right back. Okay, first things first. I've already moisturized my skin. I've added a little bit of like a sort of soothing spray to my skin. And I want to start with primer. There are several primers on the market, from the high end to the drugstore. And to be very honest, one of the top selling primers in the country, that was a blooper! One of the top selling primers in the country is this primer here, sold by Smashbox. It is $36 at wherever there's Smashbox, so Ulta and Macy's, Nordstrom, Sephora, same price everywhere, even online. And it has SPF 15 in it. It blocks both UVA and UVB rays, and it's colorless. Even though in the container it shows up pink, once it's on the skin it's colorless. One of the main reasons that I like this primer is I feel like it has a super smooth consistency. So when I put it on my hand, it really just, I mean, it looks like it's just sitting there, but when I go to blend it in, it has like a, almost a satiny finish to it. And if you look at this hand versus this hand, this looks a lot more radiant. It looks a lot more supple. And that's one of the reasons that I like to use a primer, is when I put it on my skin, although I already have good skin and I'm super thankful for my parents for that, but it just fills in any area that's uneven. For me, my issue is I have hair on my chin. Once I tweeze it, I like to just have a really smooth texture, and people who have additional facial hair, people who have acne scarring or active acne, you just want a veil. You want a smooth finish, so that once you put your foundation on, it goes on a lot smoother. If the texture is rough, if the texture is not even, or if it's not smooth, then your foundation will settle. And I don't care if it's a $10 foundation or a $100 foundation, it's going to settle. So number one thing you always want to do is do a really good primer. And I'm just going to show you how it works. Okay, so the first thing I do is I just do one really good squeeze. Hold on. Like 1.5 pumps maybe. Now, some people use a brush, which you can certainly do. Y'all know I like to use my fingers. So I'm just gonna get my mirror and I just rub it in. This is one of those products that you don't, I'm just taking it off the back of my hand, you don't have to be soft-handed with. Like, you've got to be soft-handed when you do brows and things like that. But a primer, you're just kind of putting it on as if it were a face lotion. So each pump should be sufficient in product. There are days, however, when I feel a little bit more tired and I'll do an additional half pump. And that half pump will simply go under the eye area. Because once I add my concealer, I don't want it to settle in wrinkles. Now, with any primer, you really have to be very careful about going overkill with the primer. If the directions say 1 to 2 pumps, that seriously is all that you're going to need. Because what will happen with a primer like this, the more you put on your skin, it can begin to have a little bit of a buildup, and when you go to put your foundation on, it will start to roll off. So I will and actually I forgot, sometimes I'll put primer down here too. I put oil on my neck sometimes because I'm getting little lines, you know. 25 is not looking great on me anymore. Maybe next year I'll be 26. I haven't decided yet. But sometimes I'll put a little primer on my neck too, just to kind of smooth it out a bit. But when you do the primer, it will really just give you sort of a more even, smooth texture. Just really even and smooth. And I will tell you too, it does extend the wear of your makeup. I've noticed when I use a primer, if I look in the mirror, I have smile lines, and so when I use a primer, I don't see as much separation. There still will be a little bit of movement because my face is moving every day, but with this primer, I really feel like it combats that really well, so that when I do the foundation, it stays pretty nicely. So 36 bucks at your local Nordstrom or Macy's or Ulta or Smashbox.com, and I think it's worth every penny. I've seen other ones, and a lot of brands have different ones, but this one, if you research, is one of the top selling ones in the country, and it's because no matter what you're using it for, if it's bridal, photo shoot, every day, it really does last. So if you want to invest in a really good primer, I would absolutely suggest using this one, the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. This one has the SPF in it. They also have another Photo Finish Primer that's just clear and it doesn't have SPF for those who have sensitive skin to any of the SPF products, but this is one of the highest selling ones. So I hope you enjoyed it. The next video I will be using a very special makeup sponge that I've never used before, so we'll see how it works. But go ahead, run and get this. I think it's great. It's like a trade secret slash mandatory item. But I hope you liked it. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, spread the news to your friends. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at mocomakeup.com, or Moco Makeup, my bad, just Moco Makeup. So hopefully you'll like the review, and we'll see. All right, I will see you soon. Bye, Smashbox, and I'll see you guys later.